This demo will showcase our Salesforce Connector and will walk you through the use case where we will migrate data from one Salesforce instance to another. Salesforce Connector from MuleSoft enables businesses to connect directly with Salesforce APIs, permitting users access to full Salesforce functionality with seamless Salesforce integration. Using this connector, businesses can create instant connectivity between Salesforce and popular ERP, analytics billing, marketing automation, and social applications to integrate business processes. In this video, we will showcase how to retrieve and create using the connector. However, you can do more than just basic CRUD. Let's move to Anypoint Studio, our graphical design environment for the Anypoint platform. The Salesforce Connector is pre-installed in Anypoint Studio, but we can also find more information about it in the Anypoint Exchange, which is a home for over 100 different connectors. Inside of the studio, you can see that we've already created a new project, and now we are going to build an application that will retrieve data from one Salesforce instance and insert that data into another Salesforce instance. In order to trigger this application, we will need an HTTP connector. So we will search for it and drag and drop it into the message flow. Then we will search for Salesforce Connector and drag and drop it into the process part of the flow. This connector will retrieve the records from our Salesforce instance in org A. Then we will need to upsert the records into another Salesforce instance. So we will first search for each component to insert records one by one, and then drag and drop the Salesforce connector into it. Lastly, we will set a payload. So when the migration is complete, we will see the message. Now let's configure an HTTP connector. We will click on the connector, select HTTP Listener from the connector's configuration list, and define the path. In our case, demo. Then we will configure the Salesforce connector by adding a new connector configuration, where we're going to list the username, password, and the security token. We will test the connection, and once it's established, we will select the operation. In our case, it would be to query, and add a simple SOQL query to extract the name, industry, and the phone number from account. Then we will configure the second Salesforce connector to connect with another instance. As you can see, we created this connection beforehand, so we will just select it from the list. And as for the operation, we will select to create single. Lastly, we will configure the set payload message to display building integrations with MuleSoft is easy and run the application. Now when the application is up and running, everything we have to do is to trigger it by sending an API call. As you can see, we have already received a message that the migration is complete. And if we go to our Salesforce instances and refresh the page in the target instance, we will see that the account information has successfully migrated over. Today, we've shown you our Salesforce connector and migrated records from one Salesforce instance to another. To find out more about the connector, follow the user guide link on the connector's detail page. Give the connector a try, and if you have any questions or feedback, please send it to info@mulesoft.com. Thank you.